Welcome to another episode. What's wrong, honey?
I don't know what you're doing.
Okay, try again.
Welcome to another episode of Driving to the Rez with your favorite hosts, Larry and Inelia.
I was replicating what our last try was.
We just recorded about 20-something minutes of our podcast and suddenly it stops. We went to check it out to see if it was okay, and it was not. It sounded very, very, very strange.
Yeah, maybe we'll give you a sample of it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very strange.
So we'll try tackling our topic from another angle.
Okay, another angle.
Another angle. So what's on your mind lately, honey?
Oh, we were talking about the warrior energy and...
Warriors? Why would we talk about warriors? That's so boring.
And the guardian energies. And how different it all is.
I know why our podcast crashed.
Crashed?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I was singing.
Oh, yeah, you didn't want to be singing.
Want to hear me singing.
Oh, my God.
You made me sing.
You started it.
Yeah.
You started it.
Well, that was some of it was cute.
Yes. Yeah.
So, my best guess.
I will always love you.
So the warrior and the guardian, I figured, was like the Bodyguard movie.
Right.
Yeah. Which had our favorite song in it.
It's
nice. Guys guys can like it.
How many times did you watch that movie?
I wore it out. I confess. Yeah.
Yes.
I was very disappointed to find out,
No?
what she was up to later. But in the movie, it was really good.
Well, you mean the actress in her real life, right?
It's some reason or other, actresses and actors, they're not who they are in the movies.
Yes.
I'm a bit crushed.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
Yes.
So, the warrior and the guardian, I think that we wanted to talk about that a little bit because some people had some questions about what's the difference, is there a difference, and does it matter? You can be one or the other, and one's high frequency, one's not, or what's the story with that?
So, my go-to answer is I have a class about this. And
okay.
If you want to know more about it, study the class again if you have it already. If you haven't, go get it at ineliabenz.com. Go to the store. It's called The Return of the Hero. And it talks exactly about this. It goes into great depth about the difference between a warrior and a guardian.
Why would anybody care about the difference between those two?
Usually warriors do.
Because
they don't want to go to war no more. And they're not allowed to go to war no more.
Oh yeah, you probably should mention that part.
2011, we decided on a light-dark paradigm.
I do remember.
War versus a light paradigm.
Say that word again.
We decided between a light-dark paradigm as opposed to a light paradigm.
In other words, incorporate a light-dark like it already is.
Yes, carry on
in
with
the
that.
whole switching the realities all into just all light. We're not going to have that anymore. We're going to have light and light-dark. You can have your pick. Mm-hmm. You don't have to turn into a light being if you don't
want to. We're not going to force you.
Because it's so forcing forcing all of these decisions on people that they've already agreed to ahead of time, changing their mind in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay, so the minds got changed in 2011. The rules changed. So if you were a warrior, which is a person who likes going to war, clearly, because of the various reasons that you go to war, such as...
To win.
To win. Mostly, yes, you go to war to win, but sometimes you have those overwhelming odds and you go anyway.
To win.
to win through martyrship.
To win because you think you're beyond death and, you're going to win no matter what the odds are. And if you don't try, you're not going to win. It's a bit like fishing.
Yeah.
If you don't go fishing,
you ain't going to catch anything.
Yeah.
If you stay tied up, I guarantee you won't catch one fish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the warriors who picked the new paradigm, light world, they cannot be warriors anymore. They can't go to war.
No.
Because war is a low-frequency game.
It is. It is a low-frequency game.
It's a great game for a low-frequency warrior.
Or even high-frequency warriors.
Or even a high-frequency...
Who'd like to play with low-frequency stuff every now and then. Go to war, man. Yeah.
So, to maneuver past or through that, I would say, to move from one set to another set of behaviors, you move out of warrior into guardian.
Yes.
And the guardian is up the ladder of frequency from warrior.
Yes.
Because a guardian doesn't go to war.
He does not, or she does not.
A guardian is simply the
like
bodyguard.
An impenetrable wall.
An impenetrable wall through which nothing shall pass.
Exactly.
That's going to be bringing war.
Right. Or destruction. Or fear. Yeah. Power over others.
So, I mean, on a warrior level, at a warrior level, the warrior guys are showing up with their axes and their guns and whatever. And they're going to break into your house and take your sustenance, let's say. Mm-hmm. And at the guardian level, you have Lucy outside. Mm-hmm. And Lucy says, nobody's coming through here to get anything out of that house. Mm-hmm. And she will do anything and everything to stop it. Mm-hmm. Including, bite people.
Yes.
And she doesn't care what happens to her.
Nope.
You could, pull her hair or whatever, and she's not going to stop.
No.
She's all guardian. Mm-hmm. She was a warrior too, because if you let her go, she'd probably go to the next door house and buy somebody too. No, actually, she won't. But if a truck drives by, she will get the truck.
Yeah, because it's going through her territory.
Yeah. She's all guardian, but it doesn't feel like the guardian is actually super high frequency. It seems like it's still engaged in the sense of the rules of engagement.
You cannot have a guardian in a light paradigm. There's no use or there's no guardian energy in the light paradigm because there is no low frequency attacking you.
Right. But we're
not there yet.
Not there yet. So guardian is it's a step up.
Yes.
A nice step up. And
it is.
It allows you still to train, stay in good shape, have fondle your warrior tools because they're handy in a guardian situation. Uh-huh. Sharpen them, I don't know, practice with them even and stay in good shape.
Yes.
But you're not going to go over there and go make war on them over there, even if they're playing their music too loud or even if they're doing low frequency stuff.
Correct.
You're not going over to touch them. You're not going to do anything. But if they bring their low frequency stuff here, then they're going to have a problem.
Correct.
All right. So that's obviously a big difference. One's not looking for trouble. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And one is looking for trouble.
Yeah. That's the main difference, I think.
All right. I don't know how that could be confusing.
I know. It isn't.
It isn't. It's pretty clear, huh? Uh-huh. So, interesting that you have brought up the topic of guardians and warriors and whatnot in a light, high-frequency paradigm, a new paradigm. Mm-hmm. The split, physical split, because I pulled a card right before we started recording, and the target was this deck that I use is called the Enchanted Forest Lunea Weatherstone. Mm-hmm. And this is a deck that's connected singularly to Gaia. I only use this card deck for connections with and questions to Gaia.
Cool.
And in this case, I asked Gaia for guidance card for the guardians of Gaia, which were are a section of a group of the brides and grooms of Gaia, for example, in whatever timeline they exist. And in this one, we have a handful in paper have actually signed their name to the contracts, and I'm sure we have millions who, if they saw the paper, they'd sign it in a second. And of those millions, many thousands who would consider themselves the guardians of Gaia. And the card that she gave the guardians of Gaia was, well, it's called the Wide World, and it's a white stag standing at the start of a trail with a whole bunch of spirals under his feet and a little bit of trees. It's like going through a portal almost. And beyond is the wide world, the whole new paradigm. It exists there. And the message is clear, clear in the sense that, I'll just read the relevant sections. It's one cycle ends and the next begins. This is the card of destiny. You've assessed your progress and aligned it with your greater purposes in life. You've done what you needed to do, even if you're not completely cognizant of it yet. It's time to look toward new horizons. It's completion, wholeness, seeing the big picture, connection to the world. It's the white heart. The white heart is the stag. The white heart is here, reminding you that enchantment doesn't end at the woodland's edge. In the forest, you can only see a little way ahead of you. In the wide world, you can see much, much farther. The sweet open meadows, the misty hills, the twisting roads, the vast sky, and the cloud castles. Other forests await with fresh visions, new challenges, stronger spells, greater boons. As a wayfaring animal said once upon a time, take the adventure, heed the call, now ere the irrevocable moment passes. 'Tis but a banging of the door behind you, a blithesome step forward, and you are out of the old life and into the new. Apparently, let the door hit you in the butt on the way out. You don't need to be gardening any Gaias. Just go into the new paradigm. That is complete.
Yeah. Interesting.
Even in spite of what your eyes may show you, sometimes if you look around, you go like, yeah, right, look. These things need stop. These need this. These need that. But those are engagements in the warrior and the guardian, which are actually a part of the light dark. In the light, there is no guardian.
Correct. Yep. It's really tough for a guardian or a warrior
who's, I can be the guardian now. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's really tough for them to give up that side of existence. It's almost like an addiction.
And it's also, it's also part of the whole engagement. I mean, the rules of engagement is key. You did 2 rules of engagement classes, didn't you?
Yeah, there's a class called Create Your Own Reality, the Rules of Engagement. That's the first one. It's a very core essence of what this world and how it functions and how to live in it. And all of the rules that we've agreed upon.
Under, It's so eye-opening sometimes. I mean, if you've read it or if you've heard it or however you checked it out, I would suggest you give it another look. Because I've noticed as things change on the planet, what's in these courses also changes. It's either that it changes or your perception of what's there changes.
Well, finally you get it.
Finally you understand what's written.
Yeah.
Some combination of the above, probably.
And the other one is called The Nature of Reality, which is a follow-up.
Right.
And added quite a few items that I didn't fit into the first course.
Well, they are transformational for sure. But I can see, my own personal example of that is the stickers, the white rose.
Join the White Rose.
Join the White Rose.
Join the White Rose.
What was the original White Rose?
The
White Rose movement.
So in Germany in the Second World War, there was a resistance movement in Germany, and they were called the White Rose, and theirs was a campaign of information. So they would, and like in the darkness of night, go out and put posters and stickers out of our White Rose, and that told people that we're also not in agreement with what was happening in Germany. The Germans were not agreeing to what was happening there. We're telling them, you're not alone, and it's time to resist and do, So they would post this White Rose.
So when you saw the White Rose, you knew what that meant. That meant that you're not alone.
You're not alone.
You're not the only one thinking this way. You're not even probably a minority. But we are here too.
Yeah. And the White Rose now is being used in the United States. I don't know if in other countries.
It's actually in Europe.
In Europe too?
Well, that's where it originated, and
of course
it's being shared here as well. But the main site, it's in England, I think, or maybe in Europe. Cool. It's certainly in Europe. But they have little chapters in each state and in countries and things like that.
Cool.
So like subgroups of White Rose plus the main White Rose. Yeah, and anyway, they have a bunch of sticker designs, and they're not White Rose, but at the bottom it says "Join the White Rose," and it has a little computer code thingy on the bottom, so people can join or find the stickers themselves. And basically, you put these stickers around on buses or garbage cans.
One of our friends, she went to get her garbage can in, and there was one of the White Rose stickers on her garbage can, and she was so happy.
They have something like 100 designs made up, and some of it's words, some of it's pictures. It's basically about the coronavirus stuff and the pandemic stuff, and some of them are more critical of things than others. Some of them are pretty bad, and some of them are not so bad. Some are righteous. Some, there's a whole variety of things. But I printed out some with the intentions of running around the village and putting them up. Especially after I maybe spent a little too much time reading Telegram threads with
all the stuff
righteous stuff going on. Get a little fired up. I watch Chris Sky, and he'll stand up there and shake his hand and tell you how it is, and I feel like, okay, I need to change the world.
Right.
And that change the world energy, that's kind of the invitation. The invitation to go change everyone's mind, but that ignores the fact that everybody's already made up their mind.
Exactly.
All that's going on is the physical part of the choice you've already made.
Correct. The execution of the decision.
Right. And so in the execution of the decision, running around trying to change people's minds from enacting the choice that they've already made is basically
useless.
Not only useless, it's choosing what they've chosen.
Yeah.
If they've chosen light dark.
Right, exactly. Because you're lowering your frequency.
You're lowering your frequency to engage in righteousness and making them wrong in the choice that they've made. That's not true. The choice they made may not suit you, but it's not wrong. Even if we don't agree with it, it's still not wrong. So the futility of that is obvious, but you still existing here you're not immune to it. You can resist anything but the temptation, right? So I had printed out these stickers and when we went through them, I had a little help from you. It's like, this one, honey? And you're like, no. The intent of these stickers that I would use would be the ones that would let someone like myself know they're not alone. That's all, and that's fine.
Right.
That's not changing somebody. It's not trying to change somebody. It's not trying to make people wrong. It's not trying to make people feel bad. It's trying to do one simple thing. Let others know they're not the only one.
Exactly. That's the energy
that raises their frequency, and that's really a reasonably good goal.
Right.
But there's really a lot of good stickers in there, honey.
Very righteous stickers. I know, when I saw the final list you printed, I thought, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, the ones that I picked and I printed, they were
a little bit righteous.
They were a little past.
They're a little bit insulting and a little bit warrior and
they were
a little bit made to annoy people and
yeah, they made people wrong. And I mean,
they
themselves were even wrong because in a very short order, the things that it says would be coming to true. It was like, there is no pandemic, but there will be. And the stickers are up and they're going to have one. Mm-hmm. So it's like the stickers are wrong, even though they're right.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went out around the village and I'd grab a sticker and I'd connect to the energy line of it, right? Mm-hmm. The intent for my action is to raise the frequency of a high frequency individual, let them know they're not alone. And every time I'd grab one of these stickers, I would get a no. Mm. It's like, no. Like, I kind of understand. Okay, I get it. All right. How about this one? I finally got a, if you want to, on one of them. It was like, it didn't matter.
Yeah. Go ahead if you want to.
Go ahead. It's not going to impact anyone negatively. There's maybe a 1% chance it might, do the wished upon function of raising the frequency of somebody who knows they're not alone, but only because it says on the bottom, join the White Rose, and they already know about it. Because the words were too cerebral.
Right.
I read it and I thought on it for a little while and I meditated on it. I was like, I didn't meditate on it. I just thought it, looked at it, and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. It was so funny. But then I looked and I was like, I don't think anybody's going to get that. Because whoever wrote it was probably just like me. They have an interesting sense of humor. So I was driving my daughter to the airport today, and I was telling her the story about the stickers and how I hadn't put any up, and I told her why. I checked the energy line and I kept getting no. And then I said, the only sticker I got a yes for was this one. So if I put the sticker up, do you get it? Do you understand what it means? And she looked at it and she read it, and her eyebrows went, how do you say when your eyebrows go like this?
Scrunched.
Her eyebrows scrunched down and she looked at me. It's like,
what does this mean?
What does that even mean? Like, oh my God. So I explained it all to her, piece by piece, word by word. I had to change some of the words like alibi or this or that. I had to give a synonym for it so that it was written in easier to understand words, I guess would be the right way. And finally at the end she got it and she's like, yes, that's pretty funny, but I guarantee you nobody's going to get it. So it's fine to post it, huh? And she says, yep, exactly. You can stick that anywhere you want. So I got to go through the list again and reevaluate, not look at those stickers when I'm in a righteous mood, but look at them for that singular purpose to let you know you're not alone.
Right.
That's not a guardian. That's not a warrior. That's something else. What's that third thing?
Well, yeah. So also though, with the White Rose is to let, in Germany, because it would plaster them everywhere, is to let the Nazis know that they hadn't taken over completely, right? That there was resistance. So it was well known, right?
So that's still not a guardian or a warrior, but it's like
we still exist.
We still exist.
Yeah, we're still here. Yeah.
It's the embodiment of that frequency. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of nice. So I'm pretty sure if I hold that energy, look at the words, find the stickers that say that, I'll be able to put some up. I'll try again.
Okay.
I'm not dropping it, honey.
Okay.
The stickers are just too cool.
Yeah. But one of the points that you made earlier, our previous recording got destroyed. It was some weird noises coming through it. It was really bizarre. One of the points that you made was that it's really important to remember that this decision that's being carried out, like you just said now too, it's a higher self choice, and it's already made. So shouting at them that they're wrong or insulting them is not going to do anything except for, like you said, feed the low frequency paradigm energy of warrior, right?
Well, hold you, yourself, who've chosen, I'm assuming by listening to this, a high frequency reality, holding you from embodying and being in that high frequency reality.
Yes.
Period.
Exactly.
Just keeping yourself away longer.
Mm-hmm.
You're still going there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you change your mind in some strange way, but
right.
you're still going there, but the amount of time it takes you, that's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot to think about because I didn't expect, although I guess we've been led to expect, didn't expect the splitting of the realities to be so dramatic. Maybe quite so obvious and not obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
The process of people embodying it looks, well, like people are carrying out their many creations from the frequency that they're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in that level, in that space, in that place, it looks like victims and martyrs and warriors and all of those things, because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It truly is that.
It really is, yeah.
They're enacting that.
They are.
Do you think that is the energy that they're most resonant with, that they're doing, the martyr or the savior or the victim or whatever it is?
Yes.
And so that's basically their ticket.
Their
little golden ticket is
yeah.
Play that one that you really resonate with, play that to the maximum.
Yeah.
And use that as your ticket to that world.
Yes.
That makes sense. On the other hand, the experience of going through a physical split is a bit traumatic also, as you've explained before.
Yes.
The Lemurians shared their experience of it, and they were they weren't shy about sharing with you how much pain can be involved in it, right?
Right.
Is there a way to mitigate that, make that pain less? Because, I mean, when people close to you are picking savior and martyr and all of that other stuff, on the one hand, you're like, you don't want to play that game with them. On the other hand, you have physical body attachments to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that makes it painful, right?
Yeah. I think PB's chasing coyotes.
She is.
Barking in her sleep.
So, the white heart, the white world, the white stag,
the white rose,
the card, the white rose, yeah.
Does it have white roses there, or does it have little other daisies?
I didn't look closely. Can you see? Or you want my glasses?
Let me see. I see something. It could be spirals.
There's little swirls.
Mm-hmm. The little spirals and sparks. Yeah, I don't see any roses. But that would have been cool, huh?
Yeah.
No roses in the new paradigm, honey. No white roses.
Well, there are. They're just further off the field, honey.
They don't need to be hidden, though. Or put out. Like,
it's a wide, wide world. You don't see everything.
Mm.
This picture goes off 1,000 million miles.
Yes.
I guarantee you there'll be roses over there.
Yeah.
But I was remembering in this card, this sense, this reality, this world, it already exists.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically just need to let the door close behind you.
Yes. That is so important. That's it. That is so important right now. It's like, just let go, stop engaging in that low frequency stuff, and let's move into that new paradigm. Let's do it. It's just so important.
Okay.
Personally speaking, I'm done listening to all the pandemic stuff. I'm done. It's like some guy, I remember we're listening to a podcast and says, a lot of our listeners are getting COVID fatigue. They just don't want to hear no more all the stuff that's going on. And I understand that there's a need to be informed and street smart, right? Mm-hmm. It's a street smart thing to be informed. But we can be informed in 5 minutes a day, not 12 hours a day. Watching and listening and talking about it. That's not necessary.
Totally not necessary.
And I'm so fatigued with that. We're done. I think we should concentrate on building beautiful things. Building our projects and our everything that we've been talking about, and the beautiful new community garden that we're doing at the land. And
food forest, remember?
Yeah.
We were looking at the trees for it today.
Finish the novel.
Oh yes, there's a nice novel coming, isn't there? It's already written. It's already printed. It just needs its second run through.
Right.
Yeah. That would be fun. That's a good thing to focus on.
Yeah. So let's focus on building beautiful things and living in that beautiful land. Okay. And knowing that the dark forest is behind us, but there's billions of people there.
Uh-huh. They're
it's
just
fine
collecting
to
their
know
people.
that they're there. It's fine to know that it's there. Right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's fine to know that they're there. I don't know what you mean by that.
That they're stuck in the dark forest.
Oh, that they're enjoying their time in the dark forest. Mm-hmm. Some people love going into the...
That's true. They're not really stuck, are they?
They're not stuck at all.
No, they're not.
They're quite happy there, actually.
Yeah.
That's where they want to be.
Yes.
And that's where they can play the guardian or the warrior and all the other things.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. You can't do that in the other spot.
No.
No. In the other spot, there's other games going on, and they're billion, trillion different.
More interesting to me, personally speaking.
Well, now, yes.
Way more interesting.
Not so long ago, the other games were pretty interesting. The warrior stuff.
Yeah.
But it is. I'm like done with it.
Good.
I feel like I'm done with it.
That's great.
How about you?
Me too.
All right. Are we done with our talking too?
Talking about getting fatigued? Of talking today.
Talking today. Have anything else that you would like to talk about, Heidi?
Well, yes, actually, I wanted to pull a card for us as guidance, as with regards to everybody in the school moving into that new paradigm that is existent, that Gaia is telling us it's already here, guys. You just have to step into it.
You have to let the door close behind you.
Yes. So I want to know what guidance we have living and existing and having already closed that door to low frequency engagements and paradigms. Yeah. What guidance does Gaia have for us regarding that, living in this new beautiful reality from today forward? What does she have to say about that? Okay. We are ready.
Ooh, the Seeker of Boons. We love boons.
We do?
Boons are like the food forests.
Nice.
The Seekers enter the Forest of Enchantment on their own initiative. No one has chased them here. No one's abandoned them here. That kind of happens with the child cards. Each has a quest to fulfill, and the quality of action is common to all four seekers. In our case, we have...
So this isn't the dark forest, right? This is
where
we've entered it. So we've entered the new paradigm out of our own free will and choice. Now what?
There are individual traits of the seekers are more distinct than the children's, who are nebulous and mutable, By the time someone becomes a seeker, the personality is fairly settled. But they are still learning and evolving. Their faults can still be overcome. I don't know what that means. But there are seekers of spells, seekers of visions, seekers of challenges, and in our case, the seeker of boons.
Okay.
See the picture? You want to describe the picture? Here, here's the card.
Okay. So I see a lady who's reaching towards a herb or something that's on a tree.
What's she wearing?
She's wearing a cloak and a staff.
I mean around her neck, honey.
I can't see.
It's a crystal.
Oh, she's wearing a crystal. She
Yes.
likes crystals.
Yes.
She's one of ours.
Yep, she's one of ours.
Yeah, she's one of ours for sure. And she's got little bags full of herbs and tools around her waist. Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to read the text?
Oh, okay.
Because you have the glasses. And,
I have the glasses.
we're tired of hearing my voice.
Seeker of Boons. The Seeker of Boons has set out on a treasure hunt. So that, yes, the new paradigm is filled to the brim with treasures, man. Things that you'll enjoy a lot of.
Like agate hunting on the river edge.
Mm-hmm.
We
To a
love
part
that.
of the forest where, rumor has it, precious gemstones can be found.
Oh my god, I totally saw that coming. I didn't
Yes.
read it. I did not
Yes.
read it, I swear.
She takes her time,
Mm-hmm.
searching carefully and methodically. Her quests are well planned, and she always wears a trusty belt of tools and good stout boots.
You have those.
So, get your tools, get your boots on, right?
Yep.
The ground here is thick with gnarled roots, so she needs to move slowly. But that's what she likes best anyways.
Okay.
If this card doesn't represent a particular person, it can mean a need to slow down and pay attention to details, lest you miss something important. It can also offer reassurance that even though a desired outcome hasn't arrived yet, you are on the right track.
That's what it represents, honey.
Yes.
Say that part again.
It also can offer reassurance that even though a desired outcome hasn't arrived yet, you are on the right track.
Good.
So, what are the character traits that, maybe you should feed right now?
I'm here.
Good humor.
Oh, we're good at that.
Yeah. Steadiness.
Mm-hmm.
Dependability.
I think so.
Practical and patient.
We're occasionally practical and we're so very patient.
Earthy.
Oh, well, earthy. Absolutely. Got earth all over us.
Adventurous in a modest way.
Adventurous in a modest way. Yes, we have modest equipment, modest traveling garbs.
Yeah.
We don't roll into town with fireworks going. We're kind of like, we're here.
Yeah. Yep. That is the things to watch out for. Do you want to hear that?
Yes. Yeah, I better hear that too.
Okay. Watch out for worrying too much.
Oh, I do. I won't call it worrying. I call it preparing. But I'll still stop that.
Okay. Taking on too much?
Oh, around this house, we're going to need a few more hands then.
Yes, we do.
Because we have a lot to take on.
Yeah. Hard to rust out of habits.
Excuse me? I haven't been fishing for 6 months.
And can be a bit plodding.
That's definitely not me. I don't even know what that means.
Plodded along.
Oh, occasionally plod, yes, I suppose. But I don't really have to worry about that too much.
No. Okay.
I'm more butterfly than plodder.
Yeah, that's true. But these are for everybody who's listening, not just you, darling.
It's not about me?
No.
Oh. Why did we pull this card then? I thought it was about me.
No, and it's for you and everybody who's listening that has chosen the new paradigm and is in the new paradigm. It's like
Okay, then.
Closing the door, right?
To the old paradigm behind them?
Yes.
Yes, let it slam you on the butt if it needs to.
Yes.
Okay.
Slam. Okay, slam that
Let
door
that door
shut.
slam behind you.
And then follow these energy lines, these items and advice.
Okay. We don't need to know the 1,001 ways that the light-dark paradigm is going to take themselves down their path.
No,
we can just do other stuff.
Yeah, we do. We can.
Okay. I think it'll be nice.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm willing to give it a try. I mean, the other thing's getting boring anyway. I have heard though that there is Act 2 Scene 2, and that's different than Act 2 Scene 1, and it might be all interesting again.
July, August. Yes. Well, for us, July, August, remember when I said if you get your things in order and get everything sorted, it's going to be a breeze, it's going to be great. So
far it's a breeze and it's pretty great. As a matter of fact, evidence of the absolute best thing ever. Do you remember what happened today?
No.
The absolute best thing that could have ever happened in the history of ever.
What?
Our favorite pasta sauce got restocked, and this time it's organic.
I know, I can't believe it.
Last time it wasn't organic, but it was.
Oh my God.
It is from Italian tomatoes and all that. This time they made it for the first time ever in the history of ever. They made it organic.
I know. It's just...
They're not even going to bother with the knowledge.
But I think that's a sign that we're in the right paradigm.
Clearly.
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
We're going to go get some tomorrow, too.
Okay.
Because I got a message that it's there, and there's tons of it.
But it doesn't last long.
That stuff doesn't last long, baby. That's some good stuff. Mm-hmm. And we need to have enough to last us for a whole year.
Yes.
Because it only comes out once a year.
Yes.
And this year what happened? Even though we bought a ton last year. Do you remember? Probably not everybody knows, but 2 or 3 years ago, we went to Costco and we found this pasta sauce. A white linen tablecloth or something. I don't know what it's called. Do you know?
I think it's white linen marinara sauce.
Marinara, yeah. And it's tomatoes from Italy and olive oil and salt, and it's not got a lot of stuff in it and no sugar. It's just
really nice,
delicious. And we poured some in our thingy. We had our pasta because we tend to enjoy pasta quite often, and it was to die for. Mm-hmm. It was the best we ever ate in our whole entire lives. And then we had it again and again and again, and every time it was delicious. And we went to the store because we ran out. Get some more. And
they didn't have any.
It was all gone.
Yeah.
And so I
said, we only bring that once a year.
So I said, well, obviously the people who make it, I'll just order direct. I went on to Amazon to get it.
And they only make it for Costco. They don't make it for the general
public. I went to the website of the company.
Yeah.
And they don't sell direct.
Right.
They only sell through Costco or wherever else, but they don't sell it direct. So I went on Amazon to see if I could find some. And they did have some. $100 a jar.
Yes.
$100 a jar. And I almost got it.
I know.
Because it was so good. I was like, honey, should we get some? And you're like,
no.
Don't be ridiculous. It's good, but it's not $100 a jar good. It's like, yeah, it's $100 a jar good. But we didn't get any. So we went and tried this one and tried that one. And nothing was very good. And we kept on looking and looking. And then one magical day it showed up again. Do you remember?
So we bought all of them.
So we bought like 5, 6, 7 cases of these jars. We had so much pasta sauce. And I thought for sure we would never run out. And we ate pasta for the whole year. And one day we went back to the store and it showed up again. So we bought more.
Yes.
So we had like 9 cases in there.
Yes.
But we have pasta every week, at least once, sometimes twice.
Yes.
And if we're, feeling real perky, we'll do it 3 or 4 times a week. We ran out.
We did.
This year, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mind you, we're feeding a whole troop of people, so...
Yeah, we do make a lot more.
Yes.
We don't use 1 jar, we use 2, so it went twice as fast. Mm-hmm. I tried to stretch it out with little Italian tomatoes, but it didn't work.
Nah.
We just used 2 jars and tomatoes.
Yes.
And we still eat it all.
Yep.
But anyway, it disappeared out of the pantry. We did run out.
Yes.
And I went to the store to get some because it's been a long time, and guess what? They didn't have it.
Right.
Probably because of that word that we don't mention anymore. Starts with a C, ends with a D.
You had to do it, didn't you?
I didn't say anything. Probably because of that. They didn't make us none. So we did find a substitute.
We did.
It's all right.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like it. Yeah. I mean, it's all right.
It's a different thing.
It's just not right.
It's just not the same.
Not the same. And then the magic happened today finally. So that's the story what the sauce is magic for. It's like $100 pasta sauce. Mm-hmm. But it only costs $4 or $5.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know how much it costs, honestly.
Honestly, we never look at the price.
We forgot to look. It doesn't matter. Just as long as it's there. I do remember, though, usually when it first shows up, they have a $2 off a jar thing.
Oh, okay.
So you get a pretty good price when it first shows up. But this year it showed up organic, so...
I know, that's amazing.
I'm crossing my fingers.
It's almost like the Human Collective saying, we love you guys.
We love you very much, and here's your sauce.
In organic form.
And it's organic. Mm-hmm. Because we have pretty good co-creators in the Shaman Shack now.
Yes.
And one of our individuals won't touch it if it's not organic.
Well, I'm like that too, but you always force me to eat other stuff that's not organic.
I try not to tell you, because sometimes it's the pasta sauce that's so damn good, you have to eat it. It doesn't matter.
You don't think I know, but I do.
Sorry, honey.
I just don't say anything.
Thank you for not saying anything. I take it personally.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you know me.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think that completes it. I think it's a good call. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm going to work on our thoughts for next week. Mm-hmm. How we can draw the focus from the thing that the door's closing on. Mm-hmm. Point it at that new world that you can see if you look. It is there. I know it's there.
Yes.
It only needs to be embodied or being in.
Do you know something? This week?
Yes, honey.
The exercise for Walk With Me Now, because I send an exercise every week for Walk With Me Now's members.
What is Walk With Me Now?
That's our platform, our tribe, man.
I know what it is. I'm just saying that question for everybody who doesn't maybe know.
Okay. Well, the exercise this week is to spend at least an hour a day daydreaming that you are in the high frequency paradigm.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my. That's pretty much exactly perfect.
Yeah,
That's what Gaia said to do?
Exactly.
That's what the card she showed?
And guess what? Everything in your reality, if you look around your room right now, look at everything, started as a daydream in somebody's head.
Yeah, I daydreamed that couch. I definitely daydreamed that crystal-filled fireplace, that TV, absolutely, that brass bowl and those crystals over there, and look at that rock. I definitely did that. And that crab. You're darn right, everything in here I daydreamed it. And that sink, and the island sink, and okay. I really like our palace.
Our palace is lovely. And our puppy dog too.
Yes. Okay, I like our exercise. How did that happen? How did you come up with an exercise that matches perfectly?
I just do it, it's just one of those things. It's one of them things.
It's one of those things, so...
Yeah.
I guess this is bigger than Walk With Me Now.
Definitely bigger, yeah.
This exercise is probably we should make a meme. We could make a sticker.
Yeah, we could make a sticker. Yeah.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
All right. Perfect.
Love you, honey.
I love you too, darling.